Hello, everyone.
Hi, we're here. We're here today. We're
Yeah,
excited to be here again with
yeah,
you.
we
Thank
want to do
you
this.
for inviting us
I
into
know.
your living room or bedroom, wherever you're watching today.
Mhm.
Today, it's come up a few times this week about the history of Tim because we've had clients ask us if this is a national brand.
Yes,
And so it's our brand. It is not yet national.
correct.
However,
It is our intention for
we're
it to be national.
positioning ourselves so that we can be a national company because
Mhm.
it's our dream that every woman sees themselves as beautiful.
Yes.
And I am going to put in a link to a testimonial video of a young lady that I did this week that was her reaction was just so incredible. She hadn't seen herself as beautiful in a long time, she
Mm-mm,
said. And
mm-mm,
we all
mm.
go through different phases of our lives and different things and so everyone who is drawn to Tim is meant to be here during this time. It may not be for everyone, although we think it is.
Mhm.
But
Certainly
the timing
do.
has to be right. It has to be
Has to be
right
right for the
for the
person.
person because you will be changing habits and you're going to be, for some women who've never worn makeup, they're actually going to be wearing some
Yes.
makeup, and getting in that habit. So it can be done all at once or one step at a
And
time.
I had a client in the other day who goes into the office. She's hybrid. And yesterday she was working from home and she had no makeup on. She looked completely different than when I've seen her when she comes in from the office. And she had nice, comfortable clothes on and she was just so chill. And I had to convince her to let me do her makeup because she's always in a hurry, always in a hurry. She's a lawyer. And so she's always on to the next thing. And I was so happy that she let me do it because she looked like herself. She looked more enhanced. She looked really pretty. And when she does her makeup, she's like, it's like 20 steps. It takes her 20
Oh,
minutes to
yeah.
do. And when I did it, I said, do you have some Zoom meetings today? And she said, yes, and I said, but just pay attention to how you feel when you see yourself in the Zoom meeting. And she was so excited that it only took a few minutes to
Yes.
do and that she could look this way every day.
Right.
So
Even in your
I'm
casual
so
clothes.
excited. Yes.
You don't have to be dressed up
Well,
to do your
remember, I
makeup.
used to do this before 6 a.m. bar class.
I know. Yeah.
And it was important to me because I was standing in front of the mirror looking at myself and I really wanted to like what I saw.
Yeah. So it's our
Because
dream that every
woman
woman
feels this way.
feels beautiful when they see their image.
Yes.
And so it's really,
Because
it makes such a difference. It's the vibe. It's the
it's a
vibe that goes out.
vibration, you
Yeah.
feel good,
Yeah.
you start smiling more, you want to engage with people.
Yeah.
And even, when you go to a store, you want to engage with the salesperson and you're happy and you're
Yep.
happy.
Or you're on Zoom meetings, when you catch a glimpse of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to look at it and say, oh my God, or not turn your camera on because you don't want to be seen. It's
A lot
that
of people do
human to
that.
human connection
Yes.
that we have. It's not the same as voice to voice. So when we can see each other and we see each other's faces, it makes a difference in our
It
day.
does.
It really does.
It's a
So
connection. It's the heart connection.
yeah,
And that's what the Tim does is it brings you into your heart.
yeah, so I kind of wanted to talk about kind of how we got to this place because it's been a lifelong journey.
Mm-hmm.
So Deanna and I were in our mid 20s when I moved back from Houston, Texas. I had been there for 6 years. And people often ask me, why did you come back to Rochester?
Mm-hmm.
And I say it was because of Deanna. She started having children, and I wanted to be with her and her children as they were growing, as they were babies and everything. Yeah. And when I was in Houston, my biggest bill, and I think probably maybe yours, was the telephone bill.
Yeah.
And back then in early 1980s, we paid for every minute of long distance.
Yeah. I used to call her from Sibley's.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
yes.
I didn't even know that.
Yes. So I used to call her because we got to do long distance because we were talking to vendors. I was in the buying management program. and I was an assistant buyer, so I would call you a
Oh,
lot, even
wow.
though she was 2 hours behind.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that I didn't have such a big phone bill.
I think it was
Thank
only
you,
an
Sibley's.
hour. I know.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Sibley's.
so
That was
yeah,
good for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
So
And
so I would have to get up an hour early so that I could call before 8 a.m.
yeah,
Because
because it was
then
cheaper.
yeah, it was cheaper back then. Anyway,
So
so
you were in the modeling industry in
yes, and
Houston.
doing makeup and for just for photo sessions
Yeah,
and fashion shows, and
yes.
that's all I wanted to do was makeup. Because when I finished art school, and I realized I didn't love fashion illustration, but I loved drawing portraits. I loved the human anatomy, and I didn't, back in 1980. My view of a portrait artist was somebody who set up a booth in a mall or fair, and that
Or was on the streets in Paris.
and
That's what my view was.
oh, it was just so limited.
Yeah.
You hadn't even been to Paris by that.
No,
that
but
time.
we studied French.
Yeah. So
I thought she's such an artist. She's such an amazing artist.
So what? I know.
We created Jumel.
Yeah. So
so we're sitting. So
I started working for you. I started working for you at Sibley's. I was a freelance makeup artist.
Yeah, but I mean, I got you the job. You weren't working for me. Deborah, like I had not done makeup artistry, and it was learned everything from Deborah. And so when I had Brian and
your oldest son,
my oldest son, I didn't want to go to work every day, but I wanted to freelance. And so makeup artistry was the one thing that I could do. So Deborah taught me everything. And I worked in the stores, and I would meet people and clients, and then I got you the job. You were freelancing there as well. And Sibley's, B. Foreman's, and McCurdy's. We're going way back. And one day we were sitting in my backyard, and my phone rang. I ran into the house to get it. It was before cell phones. And I came out, and it was a client of mine that wanted me to do her makeup for her wedding. And I was like, there's no way.
Oh, really?
And I told Deborah, and she was like, yes, let's do it. And so that's how we got started. We were the first makeup artist in Rochester to go to people's homes on their wedding day and do the brides and the bridal party and the mothers of the bride and mothers of the groom.
So we were the first professional bridal service, which is hard to conceive that idea now because it's just so automatic. And for Terry Budnick, and she's still a client of ours. How many years?
Oh my gosh, so
almost
37 years.
37 years.
So I was pregnant
later.
with Chelsea when we started Jumel.
Yes, and Jumel is French for twins. So that's how we got that name. So
and to this day, we have people that come into Brow Diva for the first time that were original OG clients of Jumel.
Yeah. And I remember the name of it. I remember, so the names of our companies, I remember how that name came to me because I was dating a man and he was an artist and we were developing all the ideas and everything. And I said, I need a name for the business. He said, well, what is French for twins? And he knew that I loved the French language. Michael Banzaf.
Oh, yeah.
And so I looked it up. It was Jumel, and I said, "That's it."
Yes.
And so we had a huge line of makeup.
Yeah, and it was 20 steps.
I used the products I bought them from manufacturer, the same manufacturer
that you used at
in Houston. Yes,
modeling agency.
Yes, and so they were known as the Chanel of private label companies. To this day, we still use their
37 years later.
37 years later.
And they had just started. Like, they were a young company, too.
Oh, yeah, they were. Yeah. They're out of New York City. Yeah. So fast forward, we did Jumel for almost
12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
I left and went into brow sculpting.
Yes.
And I started brow sculpting within a salon with the intention of building a clientele. And then opening up one day, and then universe gifted me Monroe Avenue. Yeah. And it's like the Rodeo Drive of Beverly Hills. In that, there's a lot of just very nice places.
Beauty industry.
On Monroe Avenue.
Yeah. And so I had started having children in my late 30s and early 40s, and I was on my own. and I started minimizing. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
and Jumel wasn't the same without Deanna. It really wasn't. So then I tried rebranding, and my rebranding was a flop. And I mean, I just had way too much going on, I think, to do that. And so then it was just, how many years ago, we came back together.
About 2017.
2017.
So 7 years ago.
Yeah. So we.
And it was so cool because
I had been doing Tim and my own brow studio.
And Deborah, I just told Deborah, I'm like, I'll consult with you. I don't want to. This is your thing. This is your baby.
Yeah,
this is
but I didn't even have a name of it yet.
No.
So it was just still in the development stages.
Yeah.
And I was just practicing on my clients.
Yeah.
And that's how I developed the sequencing and everything, because they would come back and give me feedback.
Wow.
So I've always had my clients as my lab. And so that's how it was all developed. So Deanna and I got together, and then we were trying to think of a name, and it wasn't coming to us.
Because we wanted, like, I wanted a makeup line for women over 40 or women over 50. I felt that it was a niche in the makeup industry that people weren't paying attention to us women that were over 40 and over 50 and now over 60. And so you went to bed that night.
Yeah, I went to sleep one night and I said, okay, God, what is the name of our company? And clear as day, I woke up in the morning, and in my mind's eye, it was so clear, because you know how you're like in that phase between sleep and awake. And I saw T period, I period, M period. And underneath it said, this is me. And I said, thank you. That's it.
Perfect.
That's it. It was perfect.
So perfect.
Then I FaceTimed Deanna, and she agreed. And
oh my gosh, I was like, absolutely, this is the best, because this is me. And ever since then, you know, we've just learned so much about ourselves.
Yeah,
so
it's really a self-discovery. Yeah, it really is.
It brings you into your
heart. It's a journey of self-discovery.
And you like really discover who you really are as a woman, adult woman with many years experience, with so much more wisdom, and we connect to that wise person within.
And a lot of us have tried so many other things and never really stuck with it. But this is something that you will have for the rest, that women have for the rest of their lives.
And you'll do it every day.
Yeah.
You do it every day. It takes less than 5 minutes. And so that's so, like, I'm excited. I'm excited to get the word out there. I know that there's so many women that want something like this, and they just don't know where to go. And so this is like, you know, it's just so minimal, 4 steps that take less than 5 minutes. And it's only 6 products. And if, you know, we won't be adding to it. This is all I've done for 7 years.
Only if our clients are requesting something.
Yes.
So the evolving process, though, from when we started even 7 years ago to now, is because of feedback that we've gotten from our clients. So some people, the lip color was too bright. So we use the same colors on everybody, but it's all about how you use those products that makes a difference in how it looks on your face. And so we are, it's been an evolving process. So here we are today. Yeah. We are going to stop for now because we've got clients waiting at our door, and we're going to open up for business. And we just wanted to check in with you and see you and have you see us, and let's open the discussion. If you would, leave some comments below. If you've tried it, if you haven't tried it, let us know. Subscribe to our channel. That gets more, and do a thumbs up, because that gets the algorithms going.
Yeah, so this reaches more women.
Yes.
So the more women that see this, the better, because we all want to feel really great. That's what we want, is to feel really great. Our phone's ringing. People are at our door. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. We love you all.
Thank you. Bye. Okay.